Coming to you live from the Flagami Studio, Pelican headquarters in Miami, Florida. Hello, everybody, and happy Friday. I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be. 'Cause I'm free in my RV. Well, hello everybody. Hello Pelican Heads and everybody else here in the chat. Let me know if it sounds good. I'm using again this microphone, but I'm gonna try not to move away from it too much. Last time you guys told me that when I went like this, you lost the audio, so now it's a little more in front here. Very happy to be here today. I'm a little more laid back position here. I'm sitting down. I usually do this standing up, but what can I tell you? The RVD says, push the button. Finally got to Jean Lavoie. Finally got to Friday being a super long week. Yes, it actually, for me, has been, this week just flew like that. It's incredible, but it depends. Sometimes time flies, even if you're not necessarily having fun, which I have. You know, it's, what can I say? I have a fun job. But let me see here who is here. Cajuns across America, Tin Can Carl, Jeff DeLuca, RV DJ, of course, the bartender. The bar is officially open. Here we go. Elevators of New England. Hello, Robert from I-495 in Massachusetts. We gotta go back to Massachusetts. We were there, Boston, in, when was it, 2018. It's been too long. Taylor Carmouche, hello Robert, happy Friday, fellow traveling, sounds great, I'm glad. And who else is here? William Brody, Jim Moncrief. Hey Robert, from deep South Texas in the Rio Grande River. I gotta get down to Texas at some point. Lee Bywater, hey everyone, happy Friday. And I wanted to thank, I don't know if it's gonna show here, but oh, where is it? I have to look it up, hold on. Now it doesn't show up. Oh yeah, Frederick Bonilla became an executive producer. Now I have to update the outro, but thank you, Frederick, if you're here, for becoming an executive producer. You know, of the Chief Pelican Head kind. Rancho Cucamonga, California. Hello, Sherry Thompson from Rancho Cucamonga. Donna McLaughlin from New York City. And Remin Pasion is here. Well, so much fun to be here. As I said, it's been kind of a little bit of a busy week. I've been editing video, of course. Oops. Let me see if I messed up the audio with that. Check. Whatnot. It should be sounding still pretty good. Did a little bit of home improvement. You know, it's now it is our second week back home, so it started to sink in more. We're starting to get more used to that static life. Although we're already getting the itch to hitch. Actually, we're getting the itch to like go somewhere, even if it's not with the RV. Elevators of New England, going camping in Cape Cod this weekend. Missed being out and about. How's the weather up there? Isn't it getting cold by this time of the year? And all of a sudden, this is the thing. I'm not having an IPA today. Today we're doing something different because we're trying to do a little bit of that low carb lifestyle. So I'm having some bubbly with a little bit of vodka, and it's great actually. So now that we are not exclusive with IPAs, maybe I'll get the bartender more choices to for drinks. In any case, a Redneck Gypsy Adventure celebrating 8 months as a Chief Pelican Head. Thank you so much. It's been I've been MIA, currently in St. Louis, graduating tomorrow morning with my bachelor's in special education. Missed y'all. we've been watching. Well, thank you and welcome back. Welcome back. Ivan K. Hey, Robert, greetings from Saskatchewan via Mesquite, Nevada. Down here for the winter and hope to see you in Quartzsite. I hope to see you in Quartzsite too. Mesquite, Nevada. I have a feeling I've been there. And when was I in Mesquite, Nevada? It does ring a bell, but that's what happens when you went to so many places, Um, and Sherry Yates from Middle Tennessee. And Nicholas Bauer, happy Friday, Robert. My sister and brother in law turned me on to you. I've learned so much from you, and you inspired me to buy a travel trailer. I'll be on the road soon. Well, congratulations and happy trails. And Mr. CLT in the house. Hello, Robert, and all you Pelican heads out there. Hello, Alex. How are you, man? And who else is here? Darlene is here. Nancy Reynolds, happy Friday to y'all. Have a great weekend. Robert Powell, hello there. And elevators, it's been cold and warm in the daytime. Lots of leaves changing. Yeah, I kind of missed the turning of the leaves this year. I might catch it in North Florida in a couple of weeks. Peter Gloyas is happy Saturday here already, coming from the future. All right. Hi, darling. And by the way, thank you to all the moderators and all the members and all the moderators for moderating, really. Without you, this could be a less civilized place. Susan Smith, happy weekend. Happy weekend to you, too. And God says, on the road, happy Friday, Friday, Friday. Everyone's down on Friday. Don't forget the like button. Oh, no, and Natalie Driscoll from Down Under. Yep. This, it's really cool to be hanging out with you guys once again. And, yeah. Editing during the day, now taking a little easy now in the afternoon. Steve Musey. Hi everyone, the wife and I ate and drank at the Nowhere Grill last week. Nice place. Got the t-shirt and lots of beers. Hey, tell Mark I sent you, Yeah, Mark is the owner, gentleman behind the bar there. And it's our local saloon. What can I say? Beautiful fall in Michigan, colors at peak. Everybody has been telling me that this year the colors are much better than last year when I went, at least in Vermont. People from Vermont are telling me that this year is so much better than last year. But hey, I had a great time last year, and we'll be back. We'll be back to see the fall colors probably next fall. Hello, Robert from Salisbury, North Carolina. I enjoy watching you in VR. In VR, really? I wonder how I look in VR. Does it look like 3D? That would be cool. Young Dave, for fall colors are really starting to pop in the Eastern Sierra. Great weather this week in the Yosemite High Country and the Sonora Pass area. I really ought to spend more time out west, let me tell you. But all in good time. Gotta give old South Florida a little love too, and yeah, being able to. Oh, by the way, I forgot before I forget, and I always forget to show you the mail. So we're gonna do a quick mail segment, and it's just one quick. It's Thomas Finnerty. He's been a viewer since the old Kia days, long time ago. We actually met in person, but very briefly in the Florida Keys by chance once. And he just sent me his new book. He decided to embrace the full-time RV life, and it's called Finnerty's RV Foley by Thomas Finnerty. Check it out. It's on Amazon. He's self-published. It's very cool because it has all kinds of pictures that he's taken all over the country. So he's been sending me chapters via email, so I've been reading some of them. But I look forward to reading the whole thing. So if Tom, if you're watching, thank you for sending me the book, and hopefully you guys can check it out too. Um, and where RV staying has just become a chief pelican head. Thank you for becoming a new member of the channel. And 2020, my house is in Venice Beach boardwalk. How was the hurricane to your with your house? I hear that Venice Beach got pounded pretty badly. And check it out, my mom is here. Everybody say hello to my mom. Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. An excellent weekend. Love, mom. There you are. Stephen Griffin. Evening, Robert, from the UK. Will you be watching the F1 in Texas this weekend? Probably not. I don't know. Maybe I don't really watch TV anymore, which is weird. Sometimes it's but I don't, to be honest. I didn't even know that was going on. Brian needs to come to Minitini Lounge. American Writer Insider. Finally, Robert, the Miami video came out. Thank you so much. We had such a great time. Mr. CLT did an awesome job. When is the next one? I don't know. We have to plan. We have to before the end of the year. We have to plan a South Florida meetup. I don't know where we're gonna do it. We might be able to even do it in Broward, just so we can get some of the Palm Beach folks as well, or do it in Miami. Like old school. I'm gonna defer to Mr. CLT's local expertise in that area, because lately I spent more time away from Miami than in my hometown here, and when I'm here, really we don't get out all that much. So Nicholas Bauer, did you visit Meridian Vineyards in Paso Robles? They have delicious Merlot. I went then visiting San Luis Obispo, and to be honest, we didn't really do as many wineries as we thought, as we wanted to do. So we didn't actually. The thing with wineries, they close at 5 p.m. What's up with that? Everywhere. It's not like only in Paso Robles, but you go to the Santa Ynez Valley, to Solvang. I mean, some of them close at 6, but it's rare. Everything closes at 5. I don't know why. And you may take a drink. Hi, Robert. Jeffrey DiBartolo, everyone and your mom, thank you. Freeloaders Adventures. Robert, kill the suspense and let us know where you're going next. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think, maybe I mentioned it in the podcast and not here. But right now I have kind of 5 things in queue, which are going to be the next 5 trips. And most likely, sometime next month, before Thanksgiving, we might do a trip to the Florida Keys without the trailer. Just old school, like back in the day when we used to stay at hotels and whatnot, and spend a week or so. Mostly it's like my vacation from my vacation. Just need some relaxed time. Maybe hit the jacuzzi, hit the beach, maybe do some jet skiing, parasailing. I don't know, but just Robert needs a vacation, and like a real one. Just not following Lewis and Clark, or try to do this or that. Then early next year, there's a quartz sighting mind, and there's a slight conflict because I do want to go to Tampa RV show as well, so we'll figure it out. With the next time I speak to Winnebago, we'll figure something out. Then I want to go to Europe, and if anybody knows, by the way, crowdsourcing here, if anybody knows of a good, reputable RV rental in Madrid, or anywhere in Spain or Western Europe, but Madrid most likely, let me know, because I don't know, there seem to be many, and I'm gonna try to work out a deal, as the influencer that I am. But if a deal doesn't come across, I'm just gonna, I'll pay full price. I don't care. I just want to do a European road trip, and that will be the following one. Then in the summer we still have Alaska. I do want to go to Alaska. And I thought of, I dreamed up something in the fall, and I cannot for the life of me remember right now, but there was something I wanted to do in fall. So there you go. Roy Warner, are you still looking for land for your western camp in the White Mountains of Sholo, Arizona? Roy and Linda from Phoenix, Arizona. I am not actively looking, but when I go there now I probably go into this winter, even though it's snowy. I'm gonna get in touch with someone that I know there, and I know other famous YouTubers have bought land in the area, so if I find the right piece of land for the right price with the right utilities and whatnot, I might pull the trigger on a couple of acres. I don't want just 1 acre. I want more than 1 acre. As a Miami lifelong resident, I thought an acre was a lot since our lots here are so small. But now that I have Pelicamp, I realize that an acre is not that big. So that's kind of the plan. That's kind of the plan. Mike M, thank you for that super chat. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And there's another one here. Nicholas Bauer, thank you for that super chat. Thanks again for all your hard work. Love your content. And again, thanks for the inspiration. No, thank you, thank you. I mean, if it wasn't for you, every like the 315 of you watching, 332. I have two concurrent viewers, and I never know which is the correct number. But if it wasn't for all of you, I wouldn't be here. Let's just put it that way. Pedro González, épale, Roberto, saludos desde Maturín, Venezuela. Excellent tus videos, gracias, thank you, Pedro. And he says from Maturín, Venezuela. Alrighty. Jeffrey Di Bartolo, Nomadic Fanatic. That's who I was. Camper Van Kevin, I think, was the first one. And Nomadic Fanatic, and who knows? We might be neighbors. Pat Leonard, Robert caught your last Minitini Lounge, and it's very evident how much you enjoy what you do. Keep using the gifts God has given you. I think I smiled the entire time. Well, thank you so much for those kind words. And I do enjoy music a lot. I do enjoy making the videos, the stories a lot as well. I have a lot of video to edit. So that's the one thing. It's become a little overwhelming having such a big backlog. So I am working tirelessly in trying to catch up. Steven Canales just got back from my 3-week trip to Alaska. I got to see the Northern Lights. They were incredible. Thanks for the great channel, Robert. I really hope to stay in Alaska long enough after summer, so it gets dark enough so I get to see the Northern Lights. Otherwise, I might do another trip to Alaska in winter. I would like to do that. And yes, like everybody else says, smash that like button, right? So people find the video more easily. So cheers, everybody. Let me take a drink here. Mm-hmm. And it's not refreshing here, but yeah, Christopher Olson. This Sunday's video was a very long video. Loved it. Yeah, Christopher, of course, is one of the it's Chief Pelican Head, as I like to call it. And, he's able to watch some of the videos as soon as they are edited. And this Sunday is gonna be long. It's an hour and 10 minutes. And it's especially if you're a history buff, it is the rest of St. Louis, the historic part of St. Louis. We're not going to see much in St. Louis proper, but all around it, Cahokia Mounds, Camp River, Du Bois, other places. So, which at the beginning I thought it was going to be pronounced Dubois, like in the French, since it is an originally French name, but no, the local pronunciation is Du Bois. As you do. So, trailer traveling. In your last video, it looked like you had 25 to 30 2 terabyte drives on the desk. You might say you're overwhelmed. I don't know if it's 25 to 30, but 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It's at over 20 for sure, and they're not 2 terabyte drives; they're 5 terabyte drives. But that's pretty much everything since I started using Premiere, which is 2017, since the Finland trip, pretty much. That's all you see on my desk. The rest of the stuff is stored someplace else. Isn't the Formula One too popular in the US? I don't think it's as popular as like NASCAR, but I'm not a big sports in general person, and I'm not a big car racing fan. Let me make sure that I'm not producing any noise here, because the one bad thing about this 22-year-old microphone is that sometimes down here you get a little bit of a ground loop, if you will. Margaret Contreras, hi, traveling Robert. Now our Friday is complete. We are headed to Eugene, Oregon to cheer on the UCLA Bruins. Thank you for your outstanding videos, much. From Bernie and Margaret, thank you so much. And I drove through Eugene, so eventually I want to visit, actually. And I'm sure that there's many breweries around there. Sorry. Remy Pasión, that helicopter ride is cool. Yeah, that helicopter ride, and I wanted to do another one in Mount Rushmore. We just, it's expensive, and we didn't really have the time. It didn't work out as well. But we if money was no object, we might become helicopter ride junkies. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. If you want to travel in Europe, follow Prêt pour la route. Is that a YouTube channel? Let me see if I can copy and paste. Otherwise, let me just go here. Let me do this real quick. What's the name of it? Prêt pour la route. Prêt pour la route. All right, I subscribed. They have 36,000 subs. I'm gonna check it out, because I think he's mostly in France. I do want to go to Spain first on this first trip to Europe after so many times. I mean, so many years. But we'll figure out. I contacted a Spanish YouTuber, but he never replied. So we're gonna do. Wow, Robert, what a magnificent collection! Thank you, and. Nicholas Bauer, I planned on going to Devil's Tower from here, just north of Austin, Texas, and then on the way back, Mount Rushmore. Any tips on other POIs I should check out? Well, you have to do Custer State Park, which is right next to Mount Rushmore. I mean, no brainer. You have to do that. You have to do it. I mean, you don't have to do it, but you should do it. Badlands. Then if you're going from Austin, Texas, what's along the way? Let me look at my map here. You can do the Golden Spike Tower in Platte City, Nebraska. It may sound dull. It is the largest rail yard in the United States, but I found it fascinating. That's kind of along your way if you're going straight north. Wichita, Kansas is a nice city. Oklahoma City, of course, it's also a cool city. I want to go back, but anywho, enjoy. Go to the Dignity statue, which is on right there on in Chamberlain on I-90. If you happen to stop there, they also have a Lewis and Clark visitor center there. So those are some of the things that I would check out along the way. Gamer, hey, when is the next time you're gonna be in Orangeburg, South Carolina? Cheers from Woodford. I'm trying to think here. It could happen. I'm not due for an oil change for a while. I don't know. I really don't know. It might be at some point after Quartzite. So CLT, we have Formula One in Miami. It's been years, right? At the Homestead racetrack. I'm old enough to remember when they used to do. I don't know if it was Formula One, but they had a car race in downtown Miami. It was the Miami Grand Prix, and I used to work at the port at the time at the port at the duty free shop, and. And you would hear, and at the time I didn't realize it was something so important. Eventually, they moved it to Homestead to the racetrack there, but that was pretty cool. Jim and DC, happy Friday. I'm a little late. What did I miss? Oh, you missed the best parts. Just kidding. Tony Montana. Tony Montana, political prisoner from Cuba. Robert, your sound quality is always the best. Thank you. I try as a musician and a little bit of an audiophile. I try so sometimes I keep it simple, and that for the past since I bought this MacBook really several years ago, which it's overdue to be replaced. It's going to be replaced soon. I've been using the MacBook microphone, which works great, except when I play the guitar, I realize that it has some kind of noise cancellation, that the guitar does not sound good. Pat Leonard, you brought back fond memories of my parents. Your Cuban favorites reminded me of the beloved Puerto Rican music I grew up with. Cool. And Gibson, good evening. Watching until the Philadelphia Phillies game comes on. All right. Let me know. Let me know when it starts. The Diabetic Diet Show. Hi, Robert. Good to see you. I bought a 28-foot Fleetwood Storm coach, and I am at the Harvest Host in Lexington, Kentucky. Which Harvest Host is that? Did I stay there? By the way, Cajuns across America, thank you for being a Chief Pelican Head for 3 months. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it here in this plethora of messages we have, which I'm not going to be able to find it. So I'll just read it off here. I'll be work camping in Mariana, Florida at Florida Caverns RV Resort. Have you ever stayed there? Because it is not far from Perry. I have not, but we're going back to Perry soon. And we might. AC, hi Robert, you got me started on RVs and traveling a couple of years ago. Might be buying my first RV, a Class B, tomorrow. Excited. Thank you for positively changing our lives, and good luck and congratulations. I want to get a Class B at some point, let me tell you. So Mariana, Florida, PM me. I mean, how long are you going to be work camping there? Because Florida Caverns have been on my list for a while, and I've been thinking, I have it on my phone here, and let me show you. By the way, my new neighbor contacted me through Instagram. I hadn't seen it, and I have a new neighbor across the street. I keep looking at that, and I'm like, yeah, I want to be there. Staring at the pelicans behind. And that's what it looks like. My neighbor across the street has built a nice fence now. It's that's it's starting to get dark in Pelicamp. If you are going to Mount Rushmore, be sure to drive the 30 minutes to Crazy Horse. Absolutely, that too. Crazy Horse. Of course, Crazy Horse is not going to be finished in our lifetimes, but it is a very impressive sculpture. Patrice is Kathleen for auroras in Alaska. The sun activity is on the up, and that should be true for the next 3 to 4 years. So odds of auroras are increasing for that period. I really hope to be able to see him this year. So we'll see. Although nothing is stopping me from going to Alaska this winter. Just, fly to Fairbanks, spend a couple of days there, and then come back. So we'll see. Let me tell you something. The chat is going so quickly that I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna pick at random here. Hey Robert, no APA today. No, today actually I'm having Ilya and I were trying to do like the low carb thing for a couple of weeks, shed some of the pounds we gained since the beginning of the pandemic. And today I'm having some bubbly with a little bit of vodka, which seems to be a lot more low carb than beer, which is basically liquid bread. It is quite tasty. Radus Toforok, good evening, Robert, and all Pelican heads. Just finished supper. Greetings from New Brunswick. Oh, greetings from Flagami, from Florida. Helicopter El Mandalorian. It is the way, man. The helicopter rides are worth it. In Napa, they have some World War II plane rides over the vineyards near the Infineon Raceway. Hey, we might do that. I've been itching to go back to Napa and Sonoma, so maybe this winter. And the other thing, the other plane ride it looked like the Red Baron. There is a red biplane. It's in Kitty Hawk, where the Wright brothers did their first flight. They have one of those too. CLT is clapping. Vanessa Gomez, good afternoon, Robert from Sunny, California. Thank you for all your great videos and love the Minitini Lounge. Thank you so much for being here. And now I came across the Cajuns celebrating 3 months of beach. If Pelican Head, oh my God, I should reset the chat, but I don't know if I'm going to. Deadwood, we didn't do much in Deadwood, but we'll be back. Hey, look us here, our friend Jim Forey. Hoping 2024 you can get back to Ohio for an extended visit. The farm, PIB, and so much more. Yeah, PIB meaning Putin Bay, nothing to do with the Russian president. Not Putin there, but Putin Bay. It's Key West North, and definitely. And I want to stay there at the South Bass Island State Park, at the campground they have there on the island. Christopher, also, maybe you could contact the X-Powers, British couple living in Spain, traveling around Europe in a super small RV. The X-Powers, I'm going to have to subscribe to. The, how do you spell that? The X-Powers. Alrighty, thank you. Ili and I have some YouTube watching material for tonight. So if the Formula One is now at Hard Rock Stadium new track, Alex, that's why we need to do a video about Miami, because I don't even know what's going on in this town anymore. Scotts Bluff in Nebraska, if you stop there, Scotts Bluff, I might as well do also Chimney Rock if you're in the area. You know what, guys? I'm going to reset the chat. If I skipped your message, just write it again. I think YouTuber Charlie Sign One is from Madrid. He may be able to give you contacts over there, although he's always in Mexico, Central America. Or you guys could do a small collab. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I would love to do a collab with a local in Spain. I do still have friends in Madrid, but we haven't seen each other in a long time. I'm definitely going to contact them, because it's always good to get the perspective from a local. And I also follow a couple of Cuban YouTubers. They started their YouTube channels in Cuba, and a lot of them have migrated. I mean, Cuba is going to be empty one of these days. So many people getting out, but... and they in Spain, and now we watch them. They go to their favorite tapas place, like this and that, and it's really looking forward to that. And then also part of Ili's family, they moved to Alicante, so we're gonna be eating some paella down there. That's what we do in the low carb diet, because once we get down there, it's going to be carbs. We're going to gain the 20 pounds that we're going to lose. Jeffrey D. Bartolo, thank you for that super chat. Here's a tip from last week's Minitini Lounge. I had to catch the replay. I forgot it was on at 5. It was great. Thank you. Yeah, my mom missed it too for some reason. I'm glad you liked it, Jeffrey, and yeah, anytime you like, it's my pleasure. All right, Alex, we have to plan something out at some point. Uh, so, from Greg Diane Listerman. Hi, Robert. We love traveling along with your videos. We are from Ohio. I live 5 minutes from Winton Woods Campground, and I enjoyed you mentioning it in your Lewis and Clark video. And Winton Woods, I don't know if it was like our first or maybe second proper campground ever. You know, Mr. Roboto. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Okay, let me hear from Lee Bywater if I could find it on my other list here. Otherwise, I'm just gonna read it direct from the chat here. I don't know. Here we go. Have you read any of the Bradshaw or Appleton travel guides published late 19th century? They are great inspiration for routes and great history across USA. No, I have not. I have not. I've read some books that are definitely from the past, but not that far in the past. So I would love to read those. The Bradshaw or Appleton. Let me write that down. You know, I have to write things down these days. Otherwise, you know, the older you get, right? Dookie Chips, thank you for that super chat. We enjoyed Minitini Lounge. Sandra wants to hire you when she remarries. All right, we can play Sucia by los Sucios. Which, by the way, I found that file on my SoundCloud account, which I might play it at the next Minitini Lounge if Sonia lets me do a little bit of the intermission. Jim Forey is addressing Mr. CLT and myself. Robert, you guys could do a whole co-produced series on Miami and the surrounding area. Yes, we could. And Miami is such a huge. I mean, it's becoming even huger. I mean, I haven't really been in Miami all that much in the past year. I mean, I spent roughly 6 months away from here. And when I'm coming back 2 weeks ago on I-95, it's like I can't recognize the skyline anymore. You know, so many new buildings. It's like it's crazy. It's the way this city is growing. I mean, it's you can't catch up. William Brody. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. And let me go back here on the chat a little bit. Roberto, greetings from the 305. I'm getting ready for a Tennessee road trip. Sun Outdoors Pigeon Forge. Good choice. And hopefully you still be able to catch some of those fall colors. You know, the fall foliage. You know, that's what happens when I'm trying to read at the same time as speaking. And since 9/11, DC unfortunately has no helicopter tour as well. Yeah, what can you do? I mean, there's plenty of helicopters in the air, but none for the communards. Mr. Domo Arigato, Mr. Robato. Did you enjoy the new podcast format with the live comments? Yes, I did. I think I'm gonna, especially while I'm not on the road. And another reason for people to, if you are on Facebook, go to the Traveling Robert page and put a like there, because and right now it's gonna be at random times on Thursdays, because sometimes, you know, I don't have a specific time when I record a podcast. Yesterday I did it at 6 p.m. but we might do it earlier. Yeah, I don't know. Susie, I opened that kind of worms again. Mentirosa from Mellow Mayonnaise. Man, you're taking me back to my high school years, you know? Today you tell me something y mañana es otra cosa. What can you do? Hey, Thomas, hello. Robert, happy Friday. Through here is Saturday. Greetings from Greece. Greece is another country that I would, I'm thinking like every year do a European trip and, change it up. Don't not just do like, when I say European, I could say South American, I could say Southeast Asia. Do an international trip and, and we're probably gonna be able to do like only once a year, one long trip a year, and I really want to do Greece for sure. Garces on the road will be placing a request for next Minitini Lounge to play Susia. We are so intrigued now, man. In 1990, that was like the hit, for like 3 weeks. Cajuns across America, we just left Sun Outdoors Pigeon Forge a couple of weeks ago. It's a great park, and the fall colors are peaking there right now. Hey, that's good. That area in fall is beautiful, especially you take the Blue Ridge Parkway. Oh man. Uh, Kevin Johnson, I was contacted by someone pretending to be you. They replied to my comment on episode 11. They stole your profile pic and asked me to contact them through WhatsApp. Everybody beware. Yes, that's never going to be me. I don't really use WhatsApp, but that's a very common scam on YouTube. And I think YouTube, and that's one of the reasons why they're going to start doing handles, like unique handles for everybody on YouTube. So it's gonna be much more difficult to impersonate someone because in YouTube there's gonna be only one at Traveling Robert. Nobody else can do that. And right now they can steal my picture and they can say Traveling Robert, and it's a known scam at this point. So please beware. Yeah. Robert, love your NASA shirts. We've been to that one in Houston and in Florida. Yeah, this one is from Houston, from the Johnson Space Center, and that was one of the last trips with Minitini I. Robert Powell, thank you so much for that super chat. We left the brewery, now we can hear you. Hey, the brewery. Your RV trip to the Arctic Circle was very cool. That was in Finland, and now this summer I intend to do it in Alaska, in America, in Alaska or Canada or both. I don't know yet. It really depends. Jerome, have you thought about looking up Union Pacific's Heritage Train Tour and following the steam locomotives follow? No, but now you reminded me of the fifth trip for 2023 that I had dreamed up because I was editing the Kansas City video and I see an Amtrak train going through and I'm like, I wonder if that's the Zephyr, that goes from Chicago to San Francisco and back. And apparently it wasn't because the Zephyr goes through Omaha. But how about we take the Zephyr? I don't. I mean, we don't have to do RV 100% of the time, right? So that was something that came to my mind. Maybe drive the RV to Chicago, park at the McCormick Center there, which is a boondocking spot basically. Take the Zephyr and then fly back and then continue on the road. That would be a fall trip. I don't know exactly if we're gonna be able to do it, but that idea came to my mind this morning. So take it with a big, huge grain of salt, more like a rock of salt at this moment. But that's something that I would love to do. Laura W. celebrating 3 months as a executive producer. Thank you. Hi, Robert. There is a NASA at Wallapa Island, Virginia. Small but good lounges when you can catch them. That'll be cool. Bob Leach, where are you going? When are you going to Greece? Will you rent an RV or will you stay at an Airbnb and rent a car? I don't know yet. Greece will probably be 2024 or 2025. I want to do the Greek islands as well as mainland Greece, so we might do Airbnb and car for Greece, but I'm not sure yet. CLT, Robert, the Rocky Mountain Express would be a great show. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking of eventually expanding the channel to other types of adventures. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, so many places, so many things, and so little time, right? So we'll try to do. And this is the thing. It is not that I could potentially travel, a lot of time, but someone has to edit the videos. If eventually I get an editor, we can do actually a lot more. But I don't know if the videos are gonna lose their essence. Garces on the road. Can you recommend a good harvest host spots here in Florida? We are thinking about joining now. That camping weather is at best down here. I don't know if southern Florida is kind of rough. There's not a whole lot. There's one that I know in near Delray Beach, which is it's like a farmer's. It's like a market. It's a farm, but they have like a market. I've been to a winery. I want to say it's near Arcadia. I think it's called. I don't remember what it's called, but there are not too many harvest hosts in South Florida. Uh, Michael Banakzuk. Hi Robert, after watching all your videos, my wife and I bought a trailer on vacation in Virginia and towed it home. Hey, congratulations! And now the fun begins once you. I remember I was so happy because I had been dreaming of the. By the way, I put a little more bubbly here, watering down. Uh, but I was so excited when we finally bought our own trailer because we were. I totally lost my train of thought. I CLT. I see your because I saw CLT's comments and I know he. I saw it after the fact that you post that question in in the podcast yesterday. Um, so we were so happy because, as I was saying, we had been, dreaming of having an RV. We were listening to all these podcasts and all that, and then we bought Minitini I, and I'm like, yeah, now we're part of the club. Let's do this. And then I found out that we're kind of trapped in Florida unless we become full, longer term RVers because. I mean, everything is far from South Florida. CLT, speaking of Harvest Host, how do you like the new Join Harvest Host Boondockers Welcome app? I'm a legacy member with Harvest Hosts. They gave me actually the old full disclosure. They gave me my first year free at the time. I had it before. I canceled. Then they contacted me. They gave me a free year, and but I decided never to do like a partnership with them. Now I'm a paying customer. I don't have any type of arrangement with Harvest Hosts. Because I haven't had that perfect honeymoon experience with them. I mean, it's a good service. It's good to have for what it costs. It's good to have. I haven't used the Boondockers Welcome portion of it. In fact, I don't think I have access to it. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but I'm in a sense, all these companies are always buying each other up, and it's more options, right? It wouldn't be a bad idea if they also bought HipCamp and they put them all together. So Rocky Mountain Express, terrific idea. You could spend weeks just touring all the great breweries. Hey, actually, let me write that down. Express, because we might. It's a film too, right? Okay, I'll watch it. How about an inter-island adventure with a boathouse? Let me tell you, I've been very tempted to buy. Actually, I had this crazy idea, maybe to even propose it to Winnebago because Winnebago owns Barletta, which they make pontoon boats, and I was thinking, what if I get a Class B and tow a boat and we take it to all the great bodies of water in North America. But talking about a boathouse adventure, island adventure, one of my dreams, but I mean, there's a learning curve to boating, and I'm not sure that I want to take that, especially not on a sailboat. Seems like a lot of work. That would be like a motorboat, if anything. But one of my dreams would be like do a, since I was born in in the the Caribbean, in the the largest of the Antilles, the Caribbean islands. I would love to do like a island hopping kind of tour, starting in. Gee, I'll start in Jamaica. Maybe I'm even able to do a quick stop in Eastern Cuba, if that place ever changes, and then going to Haiti, Dominican, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and just go down to the lesser Antilles, and all the way down to like Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, Isla Margarita. There's an island. It's the name escapes me. San Andres, which belongs to Colombia too. Do like all the Caribbean islands. That would be something super cool. Kevin Bentley, thank you for the super chat. Here's my down payment for my cameo in next week's Kansas City video. LOL. I may not recognize myself. I'm down 45 pounds since June. Oh my gosh. Kevin, no, I'm on the path to that. I wish I had. I wish I had it open right now here on the computer, on the old computer. But yeah, Kansas City was a lot of fun. Where is it? I shouldn't be looking these things up, like online. Can I do full screen here? No, but I could. How do you do full screen on the... Here. Boom. And if I do this, will it work? No, it doesn't. Why doesn't it want to do it? Huh, it doesn't want to do a full screen photo. I guess it doesn't. But I don't know how to use this computer. But there it is. That's the picture from the meetup in Kansas City, which will be coming out not this Sunday, but the following Sunday. That's the one that Jim in DC, the happiest days in a boat owner life, the day they bought it and the day they sold. Find a friend with a boat, much more fun, or get Winnebago to pony up, even better. Well, that would be the ideal, right? But yeah, a friend with a boat. That would be like perfect. And I have a couple of friends with boats that actually have offered me to sail certain lakes. I just haven't been able to. We can see the picture fine. All right. Yeah, after I got rid of that full screen. So, yeah, Kansas City, by the way, was a lot of fun. And I'm really enjoying editing that video. I think it's a great city. Same with St. Louis. St. Louis is just a little more intimidating. There's a lot of urban blight when you arrive, and that kind of... it's intimidating in that sense, but once you start enjoying it, it's a great city. The two cities on both ends of Missouri, and Kansas City, I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. So much to see, and it feels safe, and it's like the heart of America. It's the biggest city right in the middle of the country. Which Oliver DeVries, Robert, how much longer will you have Minitini III? And when will you know if there will be a Minitini IV? Most likely next month. We spoke about it unofficially, Winnebago and I, but we haven't really, done anything set in stone or anything like that. I think I mean, in theory, I could keep Minitini 3 indefinitely, but I really do want to uh, try something else. Especially if I'm gonna go to Alaska, I want something a little smaller, more nimble. If I were to change my style, and I mean that the one that I saw with the it's a mini with a big desk, that would be a game changer for really and I, but it wouldn't be so great for the type of travel that we want to do. So you have to make a compromise there. Nicholas Bauer, thank you for the super chat. Will you be coming to Austin to check out the state capitol? It's second in size only to U.S. Capitol in D.C. We were in Austin back in 2019, and we'll be back in Austin. We could go back as early as this January, but I'm not sure yet. What about the Natchez Trace Parkway? Except not in February. Uh, it's a nice ride. I mean, being controversial here, I wouldn't put it in the top 10 drives in North America, in the United States, or North America for that matter. It's nice. There's a lot of history there, but as far as and if you're the history buff and you like to see the Indian mounds and see all these places, especially if you Elvis Presley, that kind of thing, yeah, it's. But I mean, those I mean the Blue Ridge Parkway, the Pacific Coast Highway, the Beartooth Highway, even I-70 through the Rockies, I State Route 12 in Utah. I mean, yeah, it's nice, but it doesn't hold a candle to all those other drives. That you do it once, and I did take it with for what it is. I did it in the dead of winter, with all the trees were just sticks. Maybe in fall is like something amazing. But I haven't been to Kansas City since 2008, but such good food. I really liked it there. Yeah, it's a city, and the city's I mean, it's a as I was saying, it doesn't really have like one big landmark. Yeah, it has the World War I monument, which is big huge column. Is very cool, but doesn't have a landmark like, let's say, the Gateway Arch or something like that. That other cities have like this huge one landmark, but it has like a lot of little Easter eggs and little cool things to what to see all over the city, and I really liked it. I liked. I mean, I wouldn't mind moving there if I were to move to a city. Next time you come out west, travel Highway 395. That's another one, and I've been to. I've done the 395, and that's another top 10 highway in the United States for sure. Lone Pine, Bishop, Mammoth Lakes, and June Lake, the Eastern Sierra, beautiful and have great camping and fishing. Yes, and a lot of hiking trails too. Very good. And I was there. That's part of my 2019 road trip. I have to do a trip like that one for sure. Brody. Any plans for New Jersey or New York in the plans? Maybe next fall. I've been thinking of doing this series about great American cities. And of course, I mean, it would be impossible to do New York, like to cover the whole thing. I mean, New York is huge, but we can do a little bit of Manhattan and maybe talk about some of the other boroughs. And New Jersey, I'm very intrigued about New Jersey because a lot of fellow Cubans settled there, especially in the 70s, 60s, and there's this whole area is like the Hispanic area there. Union City, West New York, Jersey City. That I don't know. There's something about Bergen Line Avenue, that area that I would like to revisit. It was one of the first areas that I visited back in our first trip up there, which was in 95, was it? 94, 95? Right now, I'm pretty sure it was. Was it? Hello, Robert. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 94. 94. And we went to, and I had a friend of mine from when I used to live in Spain, and he lived there in the Union City area, and we got together, and Illy and I. It was a fun experience. It was like our first road trip out of Miami, if you think about it. So, Robert, your favorite drive? Oh man! By the way, the overseas highway to Key West, especially after you pass Key Largo, from especially if you after you pass Marathon. The Marathon to Key West part is my favorite. But the favorite drive, oh man, I'm gonna have to say the Pacific Coast because it's the one that I have freshest on my mind. Maybe the Oregon coast, but all those. Mr. Robato, Nashville is one of my favorite cities to visit. Also, San Diego and Charleston. I haven't been to San Diego. I mean, I've been to, but I haven't really enjoyed the city. I've done certain things. Um, Charleston, South Carolina is one of my favorite cities as well. And Nashville has the best music. I mean, it's just quality music. You go into any random bar on Broadway, and it's quality, good sound quality. You can tell they do it right. It's that kind of thing. Instead of purchasing, we rent pontoon boats from the marina. Boats are usually new, $300 a day plus fuel, but no towing, insurance, towing, repairs, maintenance, or any boat owner's expense. No worries. That would be a good idea too. I just have to. I mean, I don't know how to drive a boat. I will have to learn, take some lessons. Get the basic rules of navigation, right? 395 is a fantastic drive, young Dave, and also the name of a great IPA from Mammoth Brewery. I was in Mammoth, but I couldn't find camping, so I couldn't, unhitch and enjoy the town. I'll be in Nashville in December. Hey, I might join you, brother. Maybe, I don't know, Rockaway Beach. Yeah, a great spot. I'm driving in Union City right now. LOL, Ernesto Vélez. There you go. Do they still have a Cuban restaurant called Mi Bandera? Like my flag? That's what we went to eat back in 94. Can you do the Blue Ridge Parkway hook up to an RV? I mean, if you are towing a 40-foot fifth wheel, I wouldn't recommend it. But yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's nothing. CLT, Robert, I have a great idea for a video. We can rent a boat and do a tour of the famous people. Hey, let's do that. We want like the one that they have on Bayside, or rent a boat, drive it ourselves. I want to go to Elliott Key if we do that. Roberto, I'm in Cape Coral where Ian Hurricane passed, but I live block away from Matlacha. But I live a block away. Matlacha breaks my heart, man. What happened to Sugar Sands RV Resort there? That I'm sure you guys will rebuild. I mean, and I'll go back and support because Lucky Dog, thank you, Lucky Dog, and all the moderators for moderating. By the way, hit that thumb button. So I'm a Putz. Hey, I'm a Putz. I like that picture you have there of Mount Hood. Have you considered doing the Oregon Trail route? Lots of places to stop and hike, see the old wagon train rails. Yes, they have the ruts on the road. I believe they still do. And that's something that captured my imagination when I was in, it's called Three Island Crossing in Idaho. And that's part of the Oregon Trail. And, it was one of those things that it wasn't really in my mind. Like Lewis and Clark was never in my mind until I went out west and saw, especially in North Dakota, all the sites they have. So yeah, I've thought about doing that at some point. Have you ever thought about carrying a kayak on the RV? As a matter of fact, I do carry an inflatable kayak, but since it is inflatable, It's kind of a short to inflate it, so I hardly ever use it. So yeah, I would love to have like a, hard shell ocean kayak with me, and I might put a rack on top of the truck and do that. Do you think 135 a month is a little on the expensive side for internet RV plan for Starlink? Yes, it is, Bob, but every unlimited mobile plan is going to be in that ballpark. I believe internet on the go is 165, 160, 160. I used to pay 180 for ISP Mint, but sometimes you have to, sometimes you need it, and the benefits from having it outweigh the high cost. But yeah, it's not it's uh it's not cheap to have reliable unlimited internet on the road. I have no idea what Nomad Internet is, the one that Eric advertises. I'll take it to Elliot Key, no problem. I take it to Stiltsville. Oh, Stiltsville is a cool place. It's a cool area, yeah. Three Island, great camping. Yeah, I agree. That's a little nice campground. I only spent one night there, but and it is a very nice state park. Idaho. Idaho is a great state in general. Easy Meister, I'll drive your boat for you anytime, but quagga, mussel infestation, and that type issue make me traveling boat a challenge. And another reason to have a driver or a captain, I said that's what you call a boat driver, right? A chauffeur, a boat chauffeur, a captain. I want to fly the drone while we're sailing, the waters of Biscayne Bay. So, yeah. Mr. Romo Arigato, Mr. I can't help myself. Our new Toad is a Ford Maverick. Looking forward to having some mobility on the road. I'm not familiar with the Ford Maverick. Kevin Smith, I was watching your Tucson video and wondering what you really thought of the area. Thinking about relocating to Arizona, like the channel and content. It's a beautiful area. I don't know. It's like every city. There are nicer areas, not so nice areas. But I really do like the idea of being so close to those mountains, which, by the way, is the southernmost ski area in the United States. So, Steve Reinhardt, Robert, please do not do the Oregon Trail. You may die from dysentery. And if Lewis and Clark didn't die from dysentery, I think I'll be fine. Christopher Olson, thank you all. Betty's calling. See you next week. Bye from Sweden. Hey, Christopher. And hopefully we can fit Sweden in next year's travel. I would love to go back, but we'll see. One trip at a time. But I do want to go to Sweden. William Brody, Robert, your moderators are absolutely the best. Kudos to them. You have the best. Yes, I do. Especially Sue, but CLT and this. I don't know where this has been absent for a while. On and off. And Red Jaguar and the RV DJ, of course, but she's busy serving drinks. So anyway, Florida Cavern State Park in Mariana is amazing and has full hookups as well. Really, Garces. Maybe I mean I'm gonna go back to Pelicamp at some point. My goal is to be 2 videos ahead. Once I am 2 videos ahead of my editing, I'll go to Pelicamp and have some fun. Tucson is so hot in the summer. Well, I've never been there in summertime. Summertime. But I bet you if you go up to Mount Lemon, it's going to be a little respite from the heat. For railroad fans, make it to Gold Country. Check out the Jamestown Rail Museum, home to the locomotive movie star, Sierra 3, looking back to 1919. It's been in over 100 movies and TV shows. How's that comparable to the railroad museum they have in Sacramento? Because I want to visit that too. The Oregon Trail comic was a throwback to the game. I've never played that game. Maybe I should. RV DJ can multitask. All right, RV DJ. I might need another vodka and bubbly here. But I'm not because mom is watching, and besides, uh, time's up. Brody, bro, this and Herbie are traveling. Oh, I know Herbie is traveling. I've been watching, following him on the Facebooks, and he's coming back. He's coming down south. We might be able to uh, to hook up at some point while he's down here. And this, I don't know, this is like in Disney World all the time. CLT, Kentucky has a railroad museum as well. Heather Souders, I almost missed the live chat. Yeah, I have to start doing more museums. And Lucky Dog, Sonia, one margarita, two margarita, three margarita shots. No, I'm gonna have that Luke Bryan song in my head for the rest of the weekend, and I'm fresh out of tequila, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. Anyway, so someone was doing a drinking game about how many times I touched my nose. Did anybody keep count? Arizona is a great visit from October to Maine. Living here, different story. Living there, different story. That's why I'm thinking of buying that property in the high desert. There, I mean, I've been looking at that area for a long time, much longer than Nomadic Fanatic has. But somewhere around that area, as you know, in was it last year? Yeah, last January, I went by the Show Low area and Pine Top, and it's not like the most beautiful area in the world, but land is relatively inexpensive and plentiful. And here, my mom, everybody say hello to my mom as we start wrapping this up. Wilmington, North Carolina has a railroad museum. There you go. Oh no, the Henry Ford in Michigan is the best. It's Where did I go there? I think it was in that summer 2019 video. Come sail DC. Do you know we have several islands? Islands in the stream. That will be on the Potomac. Huh? Well, I know there's that place where you go jogging and biking, right? Where we saw the cherry. It may be a man-made island, but it is an island nonetheless. So yeah. Okay, I see. So many places have railroad museums. So in any case, Solo and Pine Top yet. Concho no. What's Concho no? Yeah, the Henry Ford is. I mean, besides the Air and Space Museum in Washington, the Smithsonian, the Henry Ford is one of the best museums I've ever been to, hands down. And I thought I was gonna be able to see it in like 2 or 3 hours. I rushed through the Henry Ford, and we're going back. We're going back at some point and spend the whole day. And the Greenish Village. No, it's not Greenish Village. Greenfield, right? Greenfield. We gotta visit that too. Any plans for a trip to Europe? Well, next year if all goes well. Vodka and bubbly. What does that mean exactly? Well, it's just a couple of lines of Kettle One and bubbly, sparkling water. That's exactly what it is. Everybody, cheers. Let's quit while we're ahead. Thank you everybody for being here, for watching. All 384 of you, or 81. And yeah, I think we're going to have some dinner and maybe watch some of the YouTube channels you guys have recommended today. Particularly, the X Powers. And what was the other one? I have it somewhere here. I'll look in my history. Anyway. I have no idea where I put my guitar. I've been remodeling, as you can see. Here it is. Bubblies, you really are living the RV dream. I can't complain. I mean, sometimes I do because I'm human, and humans we complain. But yeah, what can I say? Jim Forrest says Barb is making apple pie again. Last batch, a few weeks long gone. That apple pie that Barb is not a regular apple pie, isn't it? Property in Nevada? No, I'm not. I'm not looking at any property in Nevada at the moment. But soon, I'm dreaming of driving to the west, into the sunset, driving to the west. I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be. How do you hear the guitar? 'Cause I'm free in my RV, yeah, I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be. 'Cause I'm free in my RV, yeah, I'm riding. Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I've had a great time. I hope you did too. And I'll see you next week. Same time from right here. From the Flagami Studio. Pelican headquarters in Miami, Florida. See you next week. Have a great weekend. And if you're on the road, happy trails. And even if you're not, enjoy. Bye.